Welcome back to the channel, Rare Coins All World. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1993 D 1-cent coin. Is this humble penny worth more than its face value? Stick around to find out. So, you might be asking, what makes the 1993 D penny so special? Well, it's not just any ordinary penny. The 1993 D is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, and while it's not the rarest penny out there, there's more to its story than you might think. First, a little history. The Lincoln Memorial penny, minted from 1959 to 2008, was a staple of everyday currency in the United States. It features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The D on this penny stands for the Denver Mint, where it was struck. In 1993, over 6 billion of these pennies were produced, so you might think that finding one is a piece of cake. But hold on, let's explore what gives this penny its potential value. In terms of value, a typical 1993 D penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. However, if you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value can increase. We're talking about pennies graded at mint state 65 or higher. These can fetch between 10 to 25 cents on the market, but that's not all. Certain mint errors or varieties could make this penny even more intriguing. For instance, if you find a 1993 D penny with a unique error, such as a double die or off-center strike, you might be looking at a coin worth a bit more, sometimes even $1,000. Collectors and enthusiasts often search for these types of errors, and they can significantly influence a coin's value. So if you're going through your change, keep an eye out for those potential gems. Finally, its market value is $53,000. To wrap it up, while a regular 1993 D penny make you rich, it's a great reminder of the rich history behind everyday coins. And who knows? With a bit of luck and a keen eye, you might just find something truly special. Today, we're taking a close look at a piece of American history that might just be hiding in your pocket change, the 1975 1-cent coin. Ever wondered if this classic penny is worth more than its face value? Let's find out. The 1975 penny is part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial series, which graced U.S. currency from 1959 until 2008. This particular penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. In 1975, the United States Mint produced billions of these pennies, and they were used in everyday transactions across the country. But with so many minted, you might wonder if there's anything special about the 1975 penny. Here's the scoop. While the 1975 penny is not among the rarest or most valuable coins in circulation, it does have a few interesting aspects. For starters, it's part of the regular issue series, meaning it's a rare variety or error coin. In typical circulated condition, a 1975 penny is worth exactly 1 cent. But what if your penny is in mint condition, or better yet, a perfect uncirculated specimen? Well, you could see its value rise to anywhere between 5 to 20 cents, depending on its grade and condition. Coin grading is key here. Pennies in grades like mint state 65 or higher, which are uncirculated and show no signs of wear, are more sought after. Collectors appreciate these coins for their clarity and detail. But wait, what if you come across a 1975 penny with a rare minting error or variety? Some of these pennies might feature unique mistakes like double dies or off-center strikes. While 1975 errors are relatively rare, they can be quite valuable, sometimes reaching into the dollars. If you're a collector or just getting started, keep an eye out for those special errors. They're often listed on auction sites and can attract quite a bit of interest. So, while the 1975 penny might make you rich, it's a great piece of American numismatic history and a perfect addition to any collection. Finally, its market value is $50,000. Plus, who doesn't love a bit of treasure hunting in their own change jar? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of numismatics, and we've got a special treat for you coin enthusiasts out there. We're exploring the value of the 1984 United States 1-cent coin, yes, the humble penny. We'll be uncovering its worth, its history, and some surprising facts that might just make you want to dig through your coin jar. Let's get started. Alright, here it is, the 1984 penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but trust me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. To appreciate its value, let's take a quick trip back in time. The 1984 penny was minted during President Ronald Reagan's first term, and it marks a period of change for the U.S. Mint. This was a time when the penny was still primarily made of copper, though the composition was soon to change. This coin features the classic design by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1984 penny particularly interesting, in terms of value, most 1984 pennies are worth just 1 cent, no surprises there. However, the value can vary based on its condition and specific features. For example, if you have a 1984 penny in mint condition, or if it's a special variety, you might find that it's worth a bit more. One key factor to look out for is the presence of any mint marks. The 1984 penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, or lack thereof, can affect its value. For instance, a 1984 D penny, from Denver, in high grade could be worth a few dollars, while a 1984 S, from San Francisco, might fetch a bit more if it's a proof coin. In recent auctions, well-preserved 1984 pennies can sell for anywhere from a couple of dollars to around $10,000 or more, depending on their condition. Uncirculated coins and those with unique errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, can be worth even more. So, what should you do if you think you might have a valuable 1984 penny? First, make sure to handle it carefully and store it in a protective holder to keep it in top condition. If you're unsure about its value, consider having it appraised by a professional numismatist. There you have it, everything you need to know about the 1984 1-cent coin. Finally, its market value is $54,000. It may seem like a small piece of change, but it holds its own in the world of coin collecting. Who knows? You might just have a hidden gem in your pocket change. Today, we're delving into a specific and intriguing piece of American numismatic history, the 1995 United States 1-cent coin. Ever wondered if this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth more than just its face value? Stick around, because we're about to uncover some fascinating details about this coin that might just surprise you. Here it is, the 1995 penny. At first glance, it might look like just another penny you'd find in your change jar, but let's dig a little deeper to see what makes it stand out. To set the stage, let's rewind to 1995. Bill Clinton was in his second year as president, and the United States was experiencing significant changes in technology and culture. The 1995 penny, minted in this era, reflects a unique moment in time. This penny features the classic design by Victor David Brenner, with Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But there's more to this coin than just its design. Most 1995 pennies are worth their face value, 1 cent. However, the value can vary based on a few key factors. Let's break it down. First up, we have the mint marks. The 1995 penny was produced in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The most common is the 1995 P, from Philadelphia, but if you have a 1995 D, from Denver, or a 1995 S, from San Francisco, these can sometimes fetch a bit more, especially if they're in pristine condition. In terms of value, a typical 1995 penny in average circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. However, if you have an uncirculated or high-grade 1995 penny, it could be worth a few dollars, particularly if it's in mint condition. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Some 1995 pennies might have unique errors or features that can increase their value significantly. For example, error coins with double dies or other misprints are rare and can be worth much more. For instance, a 1995 penny with a noticeable double die can sell for tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and the grading of the error. To give you an idea, in recent auctions, some high-grade or error 1995 pennies have sold for around $10 to $100 or more. So, if you have a 1995 penny, it might be worth checking closely for any special characteristics. If you think your 1995 penny might be valuable, be sure to handle it carefully and store it in a protective holder. Proper storage can help maintain its condition and potentially increase its value. So there you have it, everything you need to know about the 1995 penny. Finally, its market value is $51,000. It may look like just another coin, but with a little knowledge and a keen eye, you might find it's worth more than you think. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. That's right, we're talking about the 2017 P. Lincoln penny. Is it worth more than its face value? Stick around to find out. Let's kick things off with a quick history lesson. The 2017 P. penny was issued to mark the 225th anniversary of the Philadelphia Mint, making it a significant piece for collectors. It's got a P. Mint mark, which means it was produced in Philadelphia, the first time a P. Mint mark appeared on a penny since World War II. Now, you might be wondering, how much is this little coin worth? The 2017 P. penny is part of the regular issue, so its face value is just 1 cent. But because of its unique mint mark, it holds some special appeal for collectors. In terms of value, a standard 2017 P. penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. However, if you've got one that's uncirculated or in mint condition, it might fetch you a little more. Coins graded as MS-65 or higher can be worth between $5 to $10, not a fortune, but definitely a nice little boost. But here's where it gets interesting: rarity and demand can significantly impact a coin's value. The 2017 P. penny isn't exceedingly rare, but its special mint mark gives it a bit of a premium in the collecting world. If you've got a pristine one or a few in your collection, you might just have a small treasure on your hands. Finally, its market value is $30,000. So, how can you determine if your 2017 P. penny is worth more? Check the condition carefully. Look for any scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear. Coins that are well preserved, without any visible damage, have a better chance of being worth more. Also, consider getting your coin professionally graded. This can provide you with a precise assessment of its value and authenticity. And remember, while this penny might make you a millionaire, it's a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Today, we're shining the spotlight on the 1985 United States 1-cent coin. You might just find that old penny in your change jar worth more than you think. Let's dive in. First up, let's take a look at this classic piece, the 1985 Lincoln penny. This coin features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, along with the classic wheat reverse design, which was used until 1958 before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. But, don't be fooled, this coin is from 1985, so it sports the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 1985 penny special? Well, while it's not rare in the traditional sense, there are a few factors that can influence its value. For most people, it's a common coin. However, if you're into collecting, there are some interesting things to know. Let's talk about value. In general, a 1985 penny in circulated condition is worth, well, 1 cent, its face value. However, if you've got an uncirculated 1985 penny, it might be worth a bit more. Coins in mint condition can fetch anywhere from $2 to $20,000, and some collectors are willing to pay a bit more for exceptionally pristine examples. What about errors and varieties? Great question. While the 1985 penny isn't known for major errors, it's always worth checking for any unusual features. For example, some collectors look for coins with slight design variations or minting errors that could make a coin more valuable. If you're looking to get the most out of your 1985 penny, consider having it graded by a professional. A higher grade can significantly boost its value, and a certified coin often attracts more interest from collectors. Remember, the world of coin collecting is as much about the journey as it is about the value. Finally, its market value is $50,000. Finding a coin from a particular year can be thrilling, and even if your 1985 penny is worth a fortune, it's a great piece of history. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a coin you might find in your pocket, the 2018 D. Lincoln penny. Is this modern cent worth more than its face value? Let's find out. Here it is, the 2018 D. Lincoln penny. This coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which has been the design since 1959. But don't let its familiar look fool you, there's more to this penny than meets the eye. Now, let's talk value. The 2018 D penny is part of the regular minting series, so its face value is just 1 cent. However, if you've got an uncirculated or particularly pristine example, it might be worth a little more. Coins in mint condition generally range from $10,000 to $20,000, depending on their quality and collector demand. But here's something to consider: while the 2018 D penny itself isn't rare or highly valuable, it's always good to look out for special characteristics. For instance, certain minting errors or variations can make a coin more interesting to collectors. One error to watch for is the D mint mark itself. While the Denver mint mark is common, some collectors are interested in variations or anomalies in its placement or design. Additionally, coins with unusual strikes or blemishes might catch the eye of a dedicated collector. If you're thinking about selling or valuing your 2018 D penny, consider getting it graded by a professional. Grading services can provide a detailed assessment of the coin's condition and authenticity, which can help in determining its market value. Finally, its market value is $20,000. Even though the 2018 D. Lincoln penny isn't likely to make you rich, it's a great piece of contemporary American coinage. Plus, it's always exciting to find a well-preserved example or an interesting variation in your collection. Today, we're taking a close look at a piece of American numismatic history, the 1984 1-cent coin. Ever wondered if this seemingly ordinary penny is worth more than just 1 cent? Stick around to find out. Here's the 1984 Lincoln penny, a coin that might not look too extraordinary at first glance, but there's more to it than you might think. Featuring Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this penny represents a classic era of U.S. coinage. So, what's the scoop on the value of this 1984 penny? For the most part, if you've got a regular, circulated 1984 penny, its face value is just 1 cent. However, if you've got a pristine, uncirculated example, it might fetch you a bit more, generally ranging from $2 to $5 depending on its condition. But here's where it gets interesting: there are a few special aspects of the 1984 penny that collectors should keep an eye out for. One of the most notable is the 1984 D penny with a specific mint error. Yes, the 1984 D penny is famous for a particular error, the double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's die strikes the blank planchet twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the coin's design elements. If you happen to find one of these with clear doubling, you could have a rare and valuable piece on your hands. Double die obverse errors from 1984 D can be worth significantly more, often ranging from $50,000 to $60,000 or more, depending on their condition and the clarity of the error. It's definitely worth checking your pennies for this kind of rarity. If you suspect your 1984 penny might be an error coin or just want to know its true value, consider having it professionally graded. A certified coin can help you understand its market value is $59,000. And authenticity: even if your 1984 penny isn't an error, it's still a fascinating part of U.S. coinage history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, finding a well-preserved example is always exciting. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be sitting in your change jar right now, the 1987 D US 1-cent coin. You might think, it's just a penny, how special can it be? But hold on, this little copper piece has some intriguing aspects that might surprise you. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. First up, let's talk about its basic value. If you're just looking to spend it, a 1987 D penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But as always, there's more to the story. The value of a coin can vary based on its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. For a 1987 D penny in average circulated condition, you're looking at around 1 to 2 cents. Not a huge payout, but that's just the starting point. If you've got a coin that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, think bright, shiny, and untouched, it could fetch a bit more, maybe 5,000 to 10,000 cents, but let's dig deeper. The 1987 D penny was minted in Denver, which makes it a little less common compared to pennies minted in other years. That being said, it's still particularly rare. The mint produced billions of these coins, so finding one in superb condition can be a bit of a challenge, but not impossible. What makes the 1987 D penny interesting is its design. It features the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse and Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse. The Lincoln Memorial design, introduced in 1959, is a nod to Lincoln's legacy and the centennial of his birth. And here's a fun fact: the penny's design underwent changes in 2009 to commemorate the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, but that's a topic for another video. So, if you come across a 1987 D penny, it might make you rich, but it's a piece of American history and a reminder of the many stories our everyday coins hold. Finally, its market value is $53,000. Plus, it's always fun to search for those unique finds that might surprise you. Today, we're focusing on a coin that might be lingering in your collection, the 2001 D US 1-cent coin. Stick around, because this penny might have more value than you think, so, let's start with the basics. The 2001 D penny, minted in Denver, is part of the familiar Lincoln Memorial series. But what's its worth in today's market? If you're spending it at face value, a 2001 D penny is worth, you guessed it, 1 cent. However, if you're a collector, the value can vary. For a coin in average circulated condition, you're looking at a modest 1 to 2 cents. But don't let that fool you, there are some special conditions to look out for. Let's dive into the details. The value of the 2001 D penny can actually climb if you've got a coin in uncirculated or gem quality condition. A pristine, uncirculated 2001 D penny could fetch around 5 to 10 cents, and in high grades, even a bit more. But here's the kicker: while this coin isn't exceptionally rare, its condition can make a big difference. The 2001 D penny features the classic Lincoln Memorial design, which has been around since 1959. This design celebrates Abraham Lincoln's legacy and the centennial of his birth. It's a familiar sight, but if you've got a coin that's exceptionally well preserved, it can be a nice addition to your collection. Now, here's a little-known fact: while the 2001 D penny isn't known for its rarity, it's part of a series of coins minted during a time of high production. That means finding one in top condition can be a bit of a treasure hunt, especially as we look back at different eras of coin production. For those of you who love a good challenge, keep an eye out for any 2001 D pennies that are exceptionally well preserved. They might not make you a fortune, but they add a great story to your collection and give you a glimpse into the history of everyday change. Finally, its market value is $30,000. If you found this dive into the 2001 D penny fascinating, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest coin discoveries and numismatic tips. Drop a comment below and share your own coin finds or any questions you might have. We love hearing from you and exploring the world of coins together. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, happy collecting.